Honey, buckle up, because this courtroom circus is spiraling into absolute chaos. And at the center of it all, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, Hollywood's once golden couple, now exposed like never before. I mean, when a real judge literally walks out of your hearing, it's not just a red flag. It's a full-blown emergency evacuation. So what triggered the meltdown? Oh, just Blake's delusional legal team trying to teleport California law into a New York courtroom like they were casting spells on an episode of Charmed. That's right, Blake's squad actually filed not one, but 2 letters begging the judge to apply AB 933, A, California law, to her defamation case in New York, as if state boundaries are just vibes. And let me tell you, the judge, he snapped. He literally stood up and walked out, humiliated that he was being asked to entertain this nonsense from a woman who once tried to convince us The Shallows was some feminist deep dive. Judge Lehman didn't just lose patience, he lost respect. But oh no, Blake's legal clowns weren't finished. They brought backup. 3 activist organizations popped up out of nowhere like it was some red carpet event. They showed up pleading the judge to accept the California law for the sake of all future victims. Really? Now it's a guilt trip too? What is this, a courtroom or a charity gala? Let's get something straight. This ain't a raffle for pity points. This is a $400 million, 0-cents defamation case, not Blake's next period drama. Legal insiders immediately saw through the whole act. They called it exactly what it is, a manipulative PR stunt, a cringeworthy, desperate attempt to paint Blake as some martyr of injustice. But the truth? Social media was savage. Blake wants the court to rewrite the law for her. This ain't Gossip Girl, honey. This is federal court. And honestly, they were being generous. Even Serena Vanda Woodson had more integrity than this. But wait, the humiliation train hadn't even left the station yet. Blake's team went full emotional blackmail. They told the judge that not applying AB 933 would harm all future victims. So now it's not even about Blake? Suddenly she's the face of every silenced voice in America? Oh, please. This is what happens when high school debate club crybabies grow up and get legal teams. They weaponize tears and call it justice. And just when you think it can't get more delulu, here comes feminist attorney Lisa Burke, waltzing in with an amicus brief calling Justin Baldoni cruel with 0 evidence. Like literally not a screenshot, not a DM, not even a Starbucks receipt. But Blake, she's still out here posing like the poster child for resistance. A walking perfume ad with no receipts. Legal analysts have a name for this mess: law shop. It's when you go fishing for whichever state law fits your lie. And trust me, Blake's shopping cart is overflowing. One legal expert even called it less of a defense and more of a media campaign with lipstick. And Blake knows it. She's not fighting to win, she's fighting to control the narrative, control the headlines, control the Instagram algorithm, control everything but the truth.
Because that's the one thing she can't manipulate.
Let's switch gears and talk about Mr. Deadpool himself, Ryan Reynolds. While Blake was busy crying on legal paper, Ryan was plotting like a Bond villain. 2 weeks ago, he filed a motion to dismiss himself from the lawsuit altogether. His argument: I'm just the husband. Boy, you've been married to Blake since 2012, had 4 kids, and share over $600 million, 0 cents in assets. But you're just the husband? Cute.
Ryan Reynolds filed a motion to dismiss, asking the judge to remove him from the Baldoni-Blake Lively lawsuit. He said, "Judge, I want out."
This man is playing the oldest trick in the celebrity crisis playbook: disappear when it gets ugly and let your wife take the heat. Because here's the kicker: if Ryan gets dismissed from the lawsuit, his fortune becomes untouchable. That's not conspiracy, babe. That's cold-blooded law.
Ryan Reynolds and his attorney filed a motion to dismiss, asking the judge to let him out of the lawsuit, the counterclaim that Justin Baldoni has filed against Reynolds' wife, Blake Lively.
Let's talk money. Ryan made $152 million, 0 cents from selling aviation gin in 2020. Then he snatched $330 million, 0 cents from Mint Mobile after selling to T-Mobile. Add his Deadpool earnings, and baby, he's got Marvel money stacked like Jenga blocks. This man is sitting on over $650 million, 0 cents, while Blake's net worth is hanging out at a humble $50, 0 cents mil. So Ryan's legal move move? Calculated, ruthless, brilliant in the most toxic way possible. He's playing chess while Blake's busy throwing mascara at the judge. Ryan's working the system like a Wall Street bro with a lawyer on speed dial. And Blake? She's clinging to feminist buzzwords like they're flotation devices. And the worst part? He gets to keep his funny, nice guy image. He's out here tweeting like your sassy coworker, while Blake is left in court looking like a rejected L'Oreal ad with no backup. Now, Blake's team says Baldoni's $400 million 0-cents counterclaim is retaliatory. Sweetie, retaliation means someone attacked you first, but you threw the first punch. You smeared him in public. You fed the media your narrative. You stirred the pot, and now you're shocked the soup is hot? Critics aren't buying it. They're dragging her for using her Vogue cover as a megaphone and her lawyers as bodyguards. She never speaks out herself. No interviews, no hard stances, just carefully filtered sadness and perfectly posed red carpet shots. The only thing Blake's rewriting for women is how fast a media-crafted image can implode. Because this ain't feminism, this is performative PR. And it's cracking. Now let's talk about how the Hollywood PR machine is working overtime trying to clean up Blake's mess. But sweetie, even industrial bleach can't scrub this off. Major outlets, silent. The New York Times, that so-called beacon of truth, crickets. Not a word about Taylor Swift's subpoena. No real updates on the case, just glowing fluff about Blake's bravery in It Ends With Us. Like she didn't just weaponize the feminist movement to duck a $400 million 0-cents lawsuit. It's giving cover-up. It's giving our publicist told us to shut up. Meanwhile, while real victims are crying out to be heard, Paul Feig, yes, that Paul, the director of A Simple Favor, is out here on press tours making jokes about subpoenas like it's open mic night at the courthouse. Can you imagine a whole federal lawsuit exploding and this man's cackling like he's hosting SNL? And it gets worse. Blake's army of enablers? Flourishing. Red carpets, glam shots, smiles so fake they might as well be AI generated. Actual survivors? Being silenced, being ignored, being erased. One YouTuber nailed it. If Blake didn't have publicists, she wouldn't survive 2 tweets. Truth. Now let's peek into the cozy little Hollywood clique keeping this fairy tale alive. Paul Feig isn't just joking about court drama. He's casting people like Brendan and Miguel, 2 guys who stood by Blake publicly and magically scored roles in his next project, Housemates. Coincidence? Or is loyalty now the new casting couch? Oh, and Miguel caught on camera joking about pizza toppings and calling Ryan Reynolds his best friend, like we're not in the middle of a real-life scandal. Men are being smeared, victims are being erased, and he's talking pepperoni vs pineapple, please.
Was referring to Ryan Reynolds as his best friend.
Yesterday evening, I had a fight with one of my best friends, which is Ryan, Blake's husband, because he was like, I love pineapple pizza.
Now let's bring in Shawn Levy, aka Ryan's personal yes man. He's directed Free Guy, The Atom Project, and Deadpool 3. And guess who got a mysterious thank you in the end credits of It Ends With Us? You guessed it, Levy. The twist? He wasn't even officially attached to the project. Rumors are flying that he helped with the edit behind Baldoni's back. And if that's true, massive violation of Directors Guild rules. You can't just sneak in and ghost edit someone else's project like it's a high school film class.
As you may know, Shawn Levy was directing Deadpool vs. Wolverine with Ryan Reynolds. So why did Blake Lively thank him in the end credits at It Ends With Us?
But Blake, she's glowing. She's all smiles. She's posing, posting, and surrounding herself with a wall of yes men while her case is crumbling from the inside. There's no evidence, no timeline, no logic, just favors, filters, and courtroom chaos wrapped in couture. Let's be honest, this isn't a legal defense. This is a celebrity protection program. Blake's built her whole brand on favors, PR strategies, and strategic friendships. But now that throne is sinking. Faster than her Rotten Tomatoes score after 2018, she's calling in every favor, dropping every director's name she's ever hugged, and praying that sparkly distractions keep us from looking too closely at the truth.
As you know, Ryan Reynolds did 2 Deadpool movies prior to this one, and he didn't get along with the director. Tim Miller has been out there saying that he doesn't want to work with Ryan Reynolds again because he was so controlling. So this person who sent me this email said that Ryan Reynolds finally met his match in Shawn Levy.
But guess what? It's not working. The mask is slipping. The press may be quiet, but the audience, oh honey, we are wide awake. We see the manipulation, we hear the silence, and this drama, it's not fading. It's about to go nuclear. And just when you think their fall from grace couldn't get messier, Vogue drops its top 20 power couples list. Guess who didn't make the cut? That's right. Ryan and Blake, the couple that used to own the red carpet, didn't even get a mention, not even an honorable footnote. And who did make it? Meghan and Harry. Yes, the royal escape artists. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco. Heck, even Leighton Meester and Adam Brody made the list. What year is it? But Blake and Ryan ghosted. And Vogue didn't just ignore them, they buried them. Then came the ultimate social snub, the Met Gala, fashion's Super Bowl, red carpet heaven. Blake, who used to shut it down with custom gowns and camera-ready drama, was not invited. Insiders say her name wasn't even whispered. Let that sink in. Blake Lively, once Met Gala royalty, didn't even get a pity invite. And the most brutal part? Nobody noticed. No headlines, no where's Blake trending tags, nothing but radio silence. The kind of silence that screams, we've moved on. PR analysts are already confirming it. Brands are cutting ties. The image of Blake and Ryan as America's sweethearts? Deep. And nobody's even trying to resuscitate it, because once the PR gloss wears off, what's left? Two narcissists spinning stories in court while their empire of filtered romance and curated virtue signaling crashes around them. Ryan may have legally protected his $400 million 0-cent fortune, but he couldn't save their image. And in Hollywood, that's the real currency. So while Ryan's probably sipping aviation gin behind his luxury walls, wondering how it all spiraled so fast, Blake's still out here playing victim in designer heels. The truth? It all went downhill the moment they thought smugness was a marketing strategy. Let's dig a little deeper, shall we? According to psychologists, this couple is a textbook case of covert narcissism. You know the type. Picture perfect on the outside, emotionally manipulative on the inside. They don't throw tantrums on TMZ. They throw shade in depositions and gaslight the entire media cycle. They curate everything. The narrative, the friendships, the lighting in their apology posts is not about truth. It's about control. And every narcissist needs flying monkeys. A squad of enablers who clap on command, ignore red flags, and never question a single word. Hollywood's most toxic group chat, you know the names. Directors, actors, influencers who trade dignity for a shout out and a job on the next pet project. One Hollywood insider even said they're emotionally bulletproof, not because they're strong, but because consequences never touch them. That's the world they built. A world where they're always the victims, always the heroes, always the ones being misunderstood. And when reality comes knocking, deflect, distract. Drop a new Instagram post with the kids and hope we all forget about the subpoena. Apologize, reflect, grow, please. Blake doesn't do accountability. She does curated sadness. Ryan doesn't show remorse. He cracks jokes and disappears behind gin commercials. It's not authenticity, it's a brand. And now that brand is going up in flames. The judge, he's done with Blake's courtroom cosplay. The public, we're no longer swooning because guess what? Justice doesn't come with a L'Oreal contract. It comes with evidence, with credibility, with truth, and Blake's got none of it. Ryan thought he could meme his way out of a scandal, but the internet's not laughing anymore. The charm's gone stale. The jokes aren't landing. And the world? The world is watching. Blake's entire campaign is built on vibes, vintage gowns, and soft-spoken victimhood. No real statements, no proof, just media puppetry. She claims to speak for all victims, but she won't even speak for herself. Because at the end of the day, this empire, they built it on smoke and mirrors, not on bravery, not on justice, on styling. Silence. And an Instagram filter slapped over reality. But the cracks are showing, the filter is glitching, and the perfect couple? They've become the ultimate cautionary tale. So stay close, because this story isn't fading, it's just getting started. And when the truth finally breaks through the pretty packaging, the explosion's gonna be spectacular. Blake and Ryan's lies are unraveling, one motion at a time, one ignored subpoena at a time, one silenced victim at a time. And we'll be right here watching it all fall apart in real time. Subscribe, because the next headline might just be their final act.